Hello and welcome to this week's video. This week we're doing a what you need for guinea pigs guide. I'm going to outline the basic things that you need for guinea pig to make them happy. If you can hear them in the background, Simba's decided to start rumble strutting at everybody. Not sure why. I've also got a book full of notes if I'm looking down to make sure that I've got everything written down, and I'm also going to put a lot of information in the description so that you can see sort of cage size and stuff. If you have any questions, pop a comment down below. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for weekly uploads for all things guinea pig and lizard. Let's get started. First things first is, before you even just think about getting a guinea pig, is you need to make sure that you have a vet in the area that will see them. They are actually classed as an exotic animal, so a vet that sees exotic pets is a must. Me personally, I use a vet in Shenfield called Tari, William, who's the exotic vet there. He's fantastic. He has seen my baby dragon for the last 10 years, apart from once when he was on holiday. So I have just registered the girls there because the vet that they had was not exotic. I have just registered the girls there because the vet that they had was not exotic, and shouldn't have been seeing them really. I only had a basic knowledge on guinea pigs because they enjoyed the animals. Okay. Next thing is to make sure that you've got cage size. CNC grid is easier, which is what the girls are in, as it offers good ventilation at all sides. Ventilation is very important for these guys. And Midwest cages are also good, or you can build your own. The typical pet shop cages are actually too small for guinea pigs, and if you're going outdoors, Omelette is a good set of cages as well because they are predator proof, so they've got protection from cats and foxes and things, although you should never leave your guinea pig outside on its own if it's outside. For 2 piggies, a 7.5 square foot cage is recommended, 10 preferably, and then it gets bigger, with 10 being a minimum of 29.5 square foot. Mine's over the size that it should be. Mine's a CNC cage. It's 4x5 grids, or it's got 2 Guinea dead liners in it. I decided to go get bigger. Bigger is better to offer them more space. Guinea pigs are territorial. Guinea pigs are herd animals, so you need at least 2 for them to be happy. I've got 4. I've got a 3 girls and the boar Simba. Simba is the head of the herd and the girls follow him, Caramel being the lowest. Sorry, they're fighting over a water bottle even though they have more than one. They will establish a hierarchy. Don't be surprised if there's squabbling to begin with when you first let them in, if they don't get them all together in one go. They need to discover a hierarchy. Only separate bonding process if there is blood drawn, and then if that's the case, the bonding is unsuccessful. He drew a little bit of blood on Eclipse. I took them away, did some scent swapping, we rebonded them, and the bonding was successful. So sometimes you can rebond them after blood is being drawn. And when you do get guinea pigs and you obviously want multiple, hideys are important. They are prey animals, so the natural instinct is to take cover and hide. You're meant to have 1 hide per guinea pig, and if you've got multiple guinea pigs, to stop any territorial or one getting pinned into a corner with multiple hides. So I've got a big roofed corner hide that's got 2 entrances, 2 tunnels, and then a car washy thing, and the guinea pig fleece liners have got pockets which also count as hides, and I also pile hay in there so they can hide underneath that as well as a hay bag. So they've got a choice of hay out the hay bag and burrowing hay. Sorry, that was Aragon. Guinea pigs are a longer living rodent. They typically average lifespan is 5 to 6 years, but don't be surprised if they go to 8 with proper care. It's not unheard of now of guinea pigs living 8 to 9 years with the proper health care and nutrition and making sure that you've got everything that you need. for bedding purposes in the cage, obviously I've got the perspex, not the perspex, the chloroplast on the bottom to protect my carpets because they are green. And then above that I've got Guinea fleece liners and Steph's Piggy Paradise fleece liners that she makes herself. It's personal preference when you want fleece liners or sawdust. You just have to be careful of the sawdust that you get. So let me check my list. Cedar, non-kiln dried pine and astroturf are all toxic to piggies. Wicked fleeces, aspen, shaving and kiln-dried pine paper bedding are non-toxic for guinea pigs. They can be used. If you use a fleece, I recommend sweeping them out 1 to 2 times a day because they do poop a lot and there's hay gets everywhere. I made the mistake once of leaving it one day and they got all stuff in their paws that had to be dug out, gently picked out so they didn't get bumblefoot because that's quite a nasty infection in their feet. You can supplement their diets with pellets. Do not get the multicoloured pellets for guinea pigs. That stuff is just cereals and sugar and it's not very good for their digestion. I use, let me go and get it. I use Selected Naturals. I use Selected Naturals. In the UK, that's a UK brand. Oxbow's also a brand, and I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Burgess. They're also good ones. The Burgess ones do a Pacific indoor guinea pig one, which I want to try for the girls and Simba, but I need to first buy the bag because my pet shop doesn't stock it at the minute because it's brand new, and then I need to slowly transition them over from that one, from the Select to that one. So what you do is you slowly increase the new one and decrease the other one, because if you give them it straight away it messes with their tummy. It's 1/8 of a cup per pig of pellets per day. They just either get 1 bowlful in the morning, or I measure it out and then scatter it into their pile of hay, so they have to forage for it to give them something to do. Piggies need unlimited amount of hay. It's good fibre for their digestion, as well as because they're rodents, their teeth are constantly growing, so the hay wears down their teeth, stopping them from overgrowing and getting the overbite, and then not being able to chew, which means losing weight and leading to other health problems. Under 6 months they can have alfalfa hay, which has got extra calcium in there, which is good for their bones when they're growing. Over 6 months it should be pure grass hay like Timothy hay and orchard hay. I order mine bulk from the hay company in Devon. I've actually got a monthly subscription. They deliver it each month. I also have a backup pet shop brand just in case that runs out. I always have a spare bag just in case I use that up, because the herd gets a load in the morning and a load in the evening, and then if they run out during the day or they're not eating it because they won't eat what they've peed and pooped on, that's another reason why it's important to sweep it all out, because they just won't eat it if it's, well, like that. I need to do a sweep out in a little while, but that's why I have both hay bag and stuff on the floor, so they can burrow and have fresh hay. Even if I'm at work and I'm eating all the stuff on the floor, they still can eat it out of the hay bag. Like humans, guinea pigs can't synthesize vitamin C, so it's very important to supplement their diet. Now, the Select one, I believe, do supplement their, yes, they've got an additive of vitamin C, but you don't need to feed the pellets necessarily. I just make sure that they've got enough. One, because if I don't, they drop weight quite quickly, and two, it makes that I know that they're getting vitamin C in the morning and of night time, meaning that they're getting enough throughout the day. The best way is also including fresh veggies, so bell peppers and zucchini. Yeah, zucchini are good vitamin C vegetables. And then what I normally supplement is they then have one leafy green and then either a mix of They have fruit as a treat, so apples and grapes are their favourite. Or they'll have broccoli and cauliflower, squashes, pumpkin they get at Halloween, Brussels sprouts at Christmas. I'll leave a complete list down below so that you can see all the veggies and how many times a week they can have it. Beetroot's a good one, but don't panic because beetroot stains, and I turned Luna pink because she's a white guinea pig. She had pink on her head and pink around her face from the staining of the beetroot, so don't worry about that. Making sure that you've obviously got water bottles. You can use bowls, but bowls tend to get messy, so I've got these glass water bottles on the side. I just clean them out once a week, refill them every day, clean them out properly once a week, and get a cotton bud down the actual tube itself because that can go green. Bearing in mind some areas have harder water than others, and the calcium that they put in our water can actually cause stones, bladder stones in guinea pigs. So if you can get filtered water so that they can filter out all this calcium, I'm looking at buying a water filter so that they can have filtered water, because I think my water is quite hard. Don't ever use the vitamin C drops that you can put in water. They're okay when you put them in at first, but one, you don't know how much guinea pig is drinking what, because my guinea pigs all drink from one specific bottle even though I have multiple. So you never know if they're ever getting enough. And two, it loses its potency, I think is the right word, after a little while of being in there, so you won't know whether they're getting enough of the amount that they need. I think, one last thing, things like water bottles and food bowls have more than one. I have more than one and my guys still fight over them. I want to add another one and another food bowl, but I want to get an anti-tip one because Simba and Caramel both have learned how to tip their water bowls over, which is helpful. There was one more thing that I needed to add. Toys. Things for them to chew on, roll around, break, explore, because they get bored. And in the process of upgrading the cage, didn't have enough toys in there for the size of the cages, and this was new Plurablast about a month ago. And this is Luna's handiwork. As soon as I started putting toys and stuff and making enrichment toys out of toilet roll and stuff, they can have cardboard and toilet rolls. Just watch what they're putting on it, because of the pandemic they're anti-backing it or putting some sort of chemicals on it to stop the spread of COVID. Make your toys, buy them from the pet shop, just make sure that the guinea pig's safe, because they get bored and they get destructive. And to be honest, with the way that their hide is, I'm surprised they haven't worked out how to get out of the cage. They need their brains worked. It's good for their health and whatnot, otherwise they get bored and vegetate and sleep all day. And I think that's everything. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop it down in the comments below, and I will see you next week. I might do one on these on Aragon while he's up. I will do one of these on Thorn when she's up. And I shall see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!